You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, here we are. The next day, the fallout of the Indiana Fever drafting South Carolina guard Raven Johnson. Now 16 days removed from calling Caitlin Clark fans racist, claiming she was bullied, claiming she was called a monkey, all because Caitlin Clark waved her off in a game 3 years ago, but yet she went on a podcast and drowned an entire fan base. Pretty amazing to me how many people want to ignore that. Going to be very interesting to see how many of you WNBA reporters, these Indiana Fever reporters, how many of you guys are going to do the responsible thing and bring up her comments to her, Stephanie White, and the Indiana Fever front office? The fans deserve to hear answers. All right? Because today, now you've got, number one, you've got a split fan base now. Indiana Fever fans are now officially fighting with each other. You've got people that aren't fans calling out Fever fans because they're like, oh, look at them. They're crazy again. They don't want Raven. Well, look, we don't want people that can potentially be locker room cancers on the team. Yeah, you're right. Logistically, we don't love the fit either. Not a lot of us are impressed with this offseason that's transpired thus far. I mean, and Raven Johnson herself, let's just start here. I mean, look at that face. She doesn't even want to be on this team. Look at that Haley Van Lith draft day face. Wow. You want to, literally, you look at her face, and it is like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I mean, she's in hell too. Now, granted, welcome to accountability. The Indiana Fever, and they still don't understand this. They've got the Lakers, the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, Duke basketball, North Carolina basketball, New York Yankees. They've got that brand in the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark. Like, damn front office, the ownership, they don't have a clue what to do with it. Still, they are lost. And I feel bad because it's not the fans' fault that they're angry. Okay? Fans are going to be angry. Fans are short for fanatic, right? We don't appreciate it. It feels like you didn't even bother to sit down and do the research. The moment that podcast dropped and Raven made those comments, Amber Cox, Kelly Krosloff, and Stephanie White should have walked over to their draft board and immediately scratched Raven Johnson's name off as any kind of potential draft pick and said, okay, we are not going to bring this into our locker room. We're not going to do this to our fan base. Are they that out of touch with what's going on? They're still getting destroyed, folks. Men's sports are a quest for greatness. The WNBA is a welfare slumber party paid for by men. Amber Cox, Stephanie White are either completely inept or they are making decisions solely to spite 22 and her fans. I choose the latter. And this is my problem. Welcome to the loudest, craziest fan base. Because we won't keep our mouth shut if we're shit on? No. You're not gonna, don't piss in my face and expect me to say it's raining. No, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I think the fan base is pissed off. Facepalm. Everyone right now, including Raven. Yikes. Introducing our soon-to-be locker room cancer. My dog's going nuts. I mean, what are we doing? Effing DEI. What a waste. I don't understand. I don't understand. And the Indiana Fever is on a nonstop mission to continue to post about this crap. Respectfully get bent. You're useless. Stephanie White.
With Caitlin, Ty Harris, and now Raven at point guard, how does that help you, especially with all the injuries you had last year and just Raven's defensive versatility?
Well, we're not speaking those into existence anymore. But I think it helps because Ty is a player who's a combo who can play on and off the ball. Caitlin is a player who can play on and off the ball. Raven is a point guard that primarily has had the ball in her hands, and so I think it gives us some versatility. Thankfully, having a couple of different guards gives us the ability to allow Kelsey to rest a little bit too. So I think we'll have a pretty good rotation when it comes to our perimeter players. Especially in the 1-2 spot. I think it'll give us a lot of different ways that we can play, a lot of different matchups that we can play against. We can give different looks. So I think it's going to be really important. And we can go with a defensive lineup. When you've got somebody like Raven, Ty played for us in Connecticut, so she understands what we're about on the defensive end of the floor as well. So she understands the expectations.
I'm really sorry, I got to pull stuff for our next pick.
Yep.
This is not the coach. This is not the coach. Indiana Fever, once again, Defensive Player of the Year. I hope she can count down from 10 to 1. Wow. They're doing, yeah, right here. Perfect. Stop this shit. Whoever the admin is, stop this shit. We aren't buying it. Don't justify this garbage pick. I'm going to be a sponge and soak everything up. I mean, she came out in interviews trashing Cece and calling us racist. Now her fans are bringing the toxicity. Locker room poison, trade her now. And that's the whole issue. You threw a grenade into your fan base for no damn good reason. No good reason. Did you not know about the comments? Again, Indiana Fever Media. All you journalists, WNBA Media, Indiana Fever Media, you know who you are that follows this team. If you do not directly ask about these comments to Indiana Fever leadership, the coach, and get answers from everybody, then take your journalism degrees and wipe your ass with them. They're worthless. And you're everything wrong with media. I've got a sneaking suspicion none of you have enough hair on your balls to do your job. And ask, did you take Raven Johnson's comments about the Caitlin Clark fan base into account prior to making this draft pick? Because we would love to know, did they even do the research to know these comments existed? And if they did, what was your justification on proceeding with said draft pick? Because it's not fair. It makes the fan base look bad. You've brought drama on the fan base. Oh my God, there's those crazy Fever fans. There's those crazy Caitlin Clark fans. No, we don't like to be shit on by somebody, and we're not happy when they ignore us, the paying customer. The paying customer. The one that helped you get this CBA deal done because of the money, the eyeballs, the viewership. Oh, that's that crazy Indiana Fever fan base. Girl, yeah, those South Carolina fans are already flooding in on Indiana Fever fans right now. because their boo thing decided to drown us as bullies and racist. Okay. Man, I got my eyes on you, media. I do. Because it's up to y'all. Is your coverage worth anything? Demand answers. Tell me what you think. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. Go to blackwhitenetwork.com. Get you a cap. I should have a Black and White Sports 2 cap just like this one that should be coming pretty quick. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.